Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the most one Prenny, and I well, I want to talk about growing up, about having being in love with somebody. When you're young, you start to get hormones. You start to feel like you want someone really bad and stuff like that. When you are young, and it starts out probably when you're around. I guess for men, it's like 15 or 14. You start to feel that way, I guess. Um, but you're gonna probably be desperate for a loved one for quite a lot of years. And when you get older, like if you're an adult, if you're around I guess I could say 29 or 28, you're starting to feel less wanting. Like you don't want a relationship. Like you're starting not to want one. Um, yeah, you start to not care as much as it used to when you're younger because your hormones were crazy back then. And and you just you just don't care anymore. Um, but in your 30s, I guess you don't really care anymore about relationships. To be honest, when I was young, when I was around 20s and something like that, I wanted to have a wife. I did wanted someone very bad. I prayed for it, and it never happened. Because people in here are self-centered and wanting. They only love themselves more. Most women in this area mostly are already engaged, or they just are selfish, or some of them don't want a relationship right away, or don't know about that stuff. So I prayed that I don't want to have that urge of wanting a relationship anymore. So eventually over time, I just don't really care anymore about relationships with a girl anymore. All I worry about is what's about me. And to be honest, I still struggle about that. Me just knowing what I want and stuff like that. I really don't know what I want, to be honest. I'm still looking for that. But I don't really care about relationships anymore. Like I said, I prayed it out, and eventually when you get older, you just don't care. So when you hear in a video saying, "Oh, I never had a girlfriend," or "I never had a vagina," and stuff like that, don't just tell them that they're young. They're just growing up. That's just hormones talking. So yeah, that's why I feel about making the video, just to brag about that. So anyways, everyone, God bless you all, and have a nice day.